Let's see if we are live on the core channel. We're going to see if we are live right now. I'm going to make sure to close my door and all that. There's so many videos I got to save to my special videos and GIFs playlist. Oh my god. There's a lot. Is this everyone? This is making me so happy right now. Okay. Oh yeah. Alright, everybody. We are officially live. Anyway, what is going on, guys? This is your Angry Birds NASCAR fan, Jimmie48Fan here, and welcome to the second to final race of the Core League. This is race number 11. Welcome to the Jimmie48Fan battle at Talladega. Oh yeah. It's going down tonight. And honestly, first off, reason why we're starting off this late is because I'm sure everybody was watching the Capable Trucks, the Gator Outdoor Truck race just now. Oh my goodness, what a wreck fest that was! But congratulations to Austin Hill on that win. Very, very impressive. But anyway, guys, wow, honestly, I never even thought I would actually have my own name as a sponsor for this race. And guys, if you are not subscribed to my channel, Jimmie48Fan already, feel free to go and do that, because we have a lot of stuff coming up on the channel in the next week, in the next couple weeks. Obviously, race reactions, they're back and better than ever. Also, Angry Birds Movie 2 teaser trailer reaction, that's coming out sometime next week or the next 2 weeks from now. So stay tuned for the teaser trailer reaction on that, and also expect possibly some random uploads in the next couple weeks, as I'm also going to be making another Jimmie48 vlog next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And also next week will be the final week of my program, One More Corner, which a lot of you guys have been supporting since the beginning. It means the absolute world to me that you guys continue to support my program, and I don't know what else to say. I have come a very long way with this whole thing with the core. It just means so much to me, and just thank you guys. So just thank you all so much. But anyway, this is tonight, the Jimmie48Fan battle at Talladega. This is going to be a very, very special night, not just for the Core League, but personally for myself as well. This has been a lifelong dream of mine to be a sponsor of this series. I don't know what else to say. I'm just nothing but truly blessed right now. But anyway, guys, everybody is in the driver's meeting right now. So while we wait for Darian Gilliam, Black Flags Matter, to send out the invites, I'd like to introduce once again a very special guest who will be joining me tonight for this broadcast. This 5-year NASCAR YouTube veteran with over 15,000 subscribers makes NASCAR and meme videos that have accumulated nearly 8 million viewers worldwide. He unfortunately is mathematically eliminated from championship contention, but he has been a threat to win on a weekly basis over the course of this inaugural course season. He is sitting out tonight to race, but he decided that he is going to be joining me tonight to cover all the action with me from Talladega. Please welcome the driver to the number 14 for the Talladega Racing, RawGator. How are you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing great. I'm excited to be in the booth today, and I can tell you definitely did your research for the introduction there, so thank you for that shout out.
Hey, anything for the best NASCAR YouTube creators out there. Let's just face it. The NASCAR YouTube community has been making thrives as of late. You know, we had
everybody.
We had Eric Estep and his interview with Eric Almirola on Daytona on the Daytona 500 Media Day, which was back on Wednesday. Also, if you guys didn't check out the NASCAR Weekly podcast, which was on Eric Estep's channel that week, if you guys didn't see it, they had an exclusive interview with Alan Bestwick. And it's just amazing what us NASCAR YouTubers are still continuing to do every single day, and we are making we are taking this website of YouTube completely by storm this year. It's just absolutely mesmerizing how much we have all grown, and we're all just one big family. And I'm sure you can absolutely say the same thing, Gator.
Yeah, it is absolutely amazing what we are able to do now. Like you said, Eric Estep, he's interviewed Eric Almirola at Daytona 500 Media Day. Alan Bestwick, the
Also,
NASCAR Weekly podcast is getting in contact with a lot of people, and I think it's all because, we're working great together as a YouTube community.
Absolutely. Also, if you got I also had the absolute honor of meeting Daryl Waltrip a few weeks ago at the Motorsports Trade Show in Oaks, Pennsylvania. If you guys didn't see the Jimmie48 vlog on that, feel free to go check it out after this broadcast tonight. But anyway, enough talking about it. Enough talking about enough talking about about just us, about the NASCAR team community as a whole. We have a race to get to tonight, a late night race, as a matter of fact, because right now it's 10:53 Eastern Standard Time right now. Yeah, it's a pretty late race tonight, but we're still racing tonight. It's Talladega, race 11 of 12. So obviously for this first little thing, what do we honestly expect to see from tonight's race? First off, let's start off with Raw. Let's start off with Raw. What do you expect to see from tonight's race?
Well, at this racetrack, I'm not sure that there is really much of expecting anything. I think any driver in the field has a great shot to win today. You saw the other restrictor plate racetrack, Daytona, first race of the year. What incarnation grabs a win? And so I think this race, anyone can really have a shot at.
And also, you've raced this track, I would say, a numerous amount of times, especially since you were involved with the NASCAR Heat Pro League for that little short span of time. And
that is right, yeah.
And tell me, how is it like to drive this 2.66 mile super speedway?
Well, it's definitely a lot different, and I think first it starts with who you're racing with. You have to kind of know the guys around you, what they're going to do, and if you're racing against people completely new, and luckily in this case we're not, we've had practice at Daytona before, and I think that'll just carry over. I think we're gonna see a better race here today.
It's definitely gonna make up the clash and the duels. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But anyway, so yeah, while we still wait for all the other things, I'm going to be starting to check the other live streams so we make sure everything is going smoothly. Right now, everyone is in qualifying, so we have it's 6 laps of qualifying. So some other notable contenders who weren't having as great of wasn't having technically the best season. They could potentially have a much stronger run tonight. And are there any notable underdogs that you would actually consider? Because one underdog we have to look at who said he's feeling pretty confident about tonight is One Incarnation. I mean, obviously he hasn't had the best season ever since Daytona, but he has a lot of confidence about tonight. Would you consider him to be an underdog?
Yeah, I would say so, and in fact, I would say he's maybe the most notable driver that you might want to be watching today. All you can really do is go back to that win at Daytona and just say, wow, I mean, this guy can get it done on the restrictor plate racetracks, and I would definitely look for him to be a top contender in today's race.
Okay, so with that in mind, who do you think, honestly, who do you think is going to be the winner once this is all said and done? And also, what is going to happen to the point standings as well? Because coming into this race, Dale Reynolds only has a slim 2-point lead over Brian Pasternak. So, the championship battle could be completely different. This is basically a wild card race we're looking at here.
Yeah, that is right. I mean, you know yourself, Jimmy, this is just a hard race to predict. I would expect guys like Dale, What If, even Ed Soundhead to be up front most of the day contending for that win.
The usual suspects. I mean, obviously.
And whoever
honestly, this is just honestly a race, you know, anybody can win. Anybody.
That is right, yeah.
And you honestly never know what is going to happen. So, in just a little bit, I believe qualifying is about to wrap up. So, once I get the invite, I'm going to send you, RawGator, the invite, so you can join the broadcast as well. Make sure to tune into the other streams, so we don't. We're gonna be making sure everybody in the chat right now. We're gonna be looking at the other live streams, so you won't have to track a thing. So. They're on the final lap right now of qualifying. So, and we've also had a layout. We have a layout for this broadcast. I'm going to be doing the front stretch and down into turn number 1, and RawGator will be doing the back stretch. So, and turn 3 and all that. So.
And it looked like things got kind of interesting at the end of qualifying. I think maybe Eric left his controller unattended and possibly screwed up the laps of a couple guys he might have got in front of.
Well, he was actually heading down pit. He was actually heading down pit road. I saw it from his stream just now. All right. So in just a couple of minutes, we are going to be taking you guys to Talladega Superspeedway for the Jimmie48Fan battle at Talladega. Folks, this could get interesting, guys. 47 laps. 21 laps on a full tank of Sunoco fuel. Yeah, 21 laps on a full tank of Sunoco fuel. So, we are expected to see at least 2 pit stops in this race. At least 2 pit stops. Unless obviously, unless cautions are on for this race, and this turns once again into another wreck fest. I mean, obviously there's a lot of predictions heading into this one. It could be either a wreck fest, or this could be just a green flag run, and strategy will come into play. So, in case you guys are wondering why RawGator is in the booth with me, mainly it's because of internet issues, and all that. So, I'm sure you can also explain why you're that way too, real quickly.
Yeah, so basically at Daytona, I lagged in front of a couple drivers there, so I kind of wanted to prevent that, and I don't mean to interrupt, but it looks like Eric Estep has the pole for Talladega.
He is your Soundhead Entertainment Pole Award winner with a 48.654. Who is going to be starting in second? Who's starting in second, I don't know, but all I know is that WhatiFRacing is in third and Ed Soundhead fourth. A couple of the championship contenders are up towards the front. Dale Reynolds, he starts in 10th. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting. But anyway, the invite has been sent out. Here we go for the Jimmie48Fan battle at Talladega. And in a moment, I'm also going to send out the invite to RawGator, so he can be able to watch the action too. All right, here we go. All right, I'm sending you the invite now. Be ready to join once you get on. There you are.
All right.
And here we go. Second to last race of the inaugural course season is about to get underway. And here they come. Into the Geico restart zone. The green flag is out. The second to last race of the inaugural course season is officially underway from Talladega. Eric Estep will lead the freight train into turn number 1. Brian Pasternak second. Cody H. Gaming in right now in third. We got a big pack behind him right now. Everyone all shuffling for position. And as they make their way off of turn number 4 for the first time, Eric Estep leads. Here comes the 6 to the bottom. Everybody right now is forming single file right now. We have a little pack. We do have another little pack, though, for that 4th spot. And that is with Brendan Littell, Ed Soundhead, Rusty Walrus, Darian Gilliam, and others.
So we have a pack already kind of separated. There's the first 3, and then there is a group of 5. So we have Cody in 3rd right now. Brian Pasternak pushing Eric Estep in the number 20. And as they head into turn 3, Eric's still leading.
Since those two are mostly going to remain single file right now for the time being, we are going to shift our focus now towards this pack. Brendan Littell, he got shuffled out of line, so he is going to lose a number of positions, as now Rusty Walrus has now moved into the 4th spot, and with Ed Soundhead, one of the championship contenders, he is 3rd in points right now. He needs a very, very good outing here today if he wants to make any ground up in order to close that gap to hopefully have a chance at the championship next week. To RawGator.
And we have a couple of cars early on who have lost the draft. There looks to be N2SC4R, JC1424, and now Brendan Littell. So
Brendan Littell
3
has
cars
lost the
early
draft.
on.
I'm trying to see who else that is. That is Jared Lewis. There's
And this pack
Joseph.
has caught up to the top 3.
Ryan Labonte, one incarnation, one of the sleeper picks, one of the underdogs this week. He's now caught up to the lead pack. Dale Reynolds also hung out to dry on that outside lane. He is the points leader heading into today. Obviously, he needs a great run in order to keep his championship hopes alive. Ryan Labonte trying to make a move on the outside. The 10 of Caleb Hodman blocks him up high, and here he comes now down to the bottom.
For the most part, early on, this is staying single file. We have maybe a couple cars peeking up to the outside. Now the 10 car gets back into line, and I expect them to ride around a little bit, maybe until they make their first pit stop. Oh, and now we got some cars going up high. It looks to be the 3. The 32, I think, got a piece of the wall. He might lose the draft.
He might have. Yes, he did. 42 of Jared Lundberg, I believe, also checked up for a little bit, so they're going to lose a couple tenths of a second right now. As the top 5 have now officially broken away. Here comes the 95. He's going to make that move. It looks to be for position number, I think that's 7. Position number 7, I believe. I'm going to check all the other live streams so we make sure that make sure I know exactly where everybody is. Right now we have 46 people watching and only 10 likes, so make sure you guys lick that like button.
And that is huge for Dale Reynolds right now. He has lost the draft. Your points leader. That's gonna have to face that some way or another. Maybe he'll get lucky on a caution or a pit stop, but he better. Maybe they might get a group of cars back there that maybe can get close to each other and draft together. I don't know, but they seem to be in a tough situation.
Now we have 2 different lines. Forming up. Cody Hicken, he's trying to make that outside. Going 3 wide right now for a top 5 position.
And that
Caleb
move certainly did not work.
Looks he shuts the door. One incarnation down low. Now back to Raw.
Yeah, Cody was in the third position for a while, and now that position is taken by Ed Soundhead. Darian Gilliam is looking. He's going to stay back in line. And yeah, it looks like we have, still the cars back behind out of the draft.
They include, obviously, the 22 of Brendan Littell. Brendan Littell, he looks to be all over the racetrack right now. Your teammate from Littell Gator Racing.
Yeah, and if you don't have that draft, you're not going to catch up. The draft is everything at a track like this, as we see Rusty Wallace maybe trying the outside.
Jared Lewis,
no one will go with him.
Another Jared Lewis, N2SC4R, a couple of heavy hitters. Not in that lead pack right now. So obviously they probably might be pulling some strategy. I mean, possibly, if that's the only way they're going to actually catch up. Rusty Walrus now moves out of... Rusty Walrus gets shuffled out of line as they make their way off of 4. Eric Estep continues to lead. Brian Pasternak second. Ed Soundhead in third, with Darian Gilliam fourth, and Jared Lundberg having a great run so far in the top 5. Caleb Hoffman also has had a very slow start to this. Has had a very rough season, but holding it solemnly right now in that 6th spot.
And this is the great thing about Talladega is you don't really see guys up front very high like this. You know, Darian Gilliam is in 3rd. We have the Iceberg. And we also have some of the guys we see running up front week in and week out way towards the back.
Look at this. Look at this little thing right here. Jared Lewis has caught up to Dale Reynolds. So they're looking to be probably hooking up together. What it looks to be. So
I wonder if at some point, maybe Brian Pasternak will try to pass Eric Estep, because if he gets most laps led in this race, that's an extra bonus point, and that could mean the championship. So we'll have to keep an eye on that.
Don't forget, leading the most laps, getting the race wins, they're all critical bonus points, especially with this championship coming down to the wire.
And you got to take advantage of it now, I think, if you're Brian, because Dale Reynolds is in no position whatsoever to make anything happen.
He's actually now side by side with Jared Lewis back here. That is for position number 10. So right now, WhatiFRacing would have the lead by 6 points as One Incarnation, he makes his way down pit road. He's making his first stop of the race.
So we've already got some pit strategy going on. He might be able to make an adjustment, and that might be why he came down pit road early. The problem is, no one went with him.
No one went with them. They may be pulling something here, as we now have 38 laps remaining here at Talladega. We have 38 laps left. So it looks to be, it might be fuel only probably for One Incarnation, unless he's taking tires on this stop. I'm actually going to check his stream really fast.
Meanwhile, the pack is single file for now. It's been relatively clean early on. Eric Estep has led every lap. Brian Pasternak in 2nd.
And nobody from this lead pack has pitted. And it looks to be that One Incarnation, he did take 4 tires and fuel under that caution. And here he comes back out onto the racetrack.
He might actually line up with the 18 and 32. So at least maybe he'll have something.
He's going to try and... Oh, that's a very interesting call by One Incarnation. Trying to get a draft going. Also, don't count these two out. Don't count out these two yet. Joseph Lombard and your teammate from Talladega Racing, Brendan Littell. Don't count those two out. They may be pulling something.
And that's exactly what's happening right now. The 32 and 18 are about to run up on the 95 of What Incarnation as they head into turn 4.
And here comes the lead pack once again as they storm down into turn number 1. Eric Estep continuing to lead. Brian Pasternak second. Ed Sound at third. Darian Gilliam fourth. Jared Lundberg, your top 5.
Ed Soundhead, if he wants to win this championship, he's going to need some kind of help. I think the 6 car, he's going to need some trouble, as well as the 32 looks to be having early on.
Really quickly to interrupt you, Jared Lewis is making his pit stop.
All right, so we got the 18. That leaves...
And it looks like in Dale Reynolds, he might have had a problem. Yes, he did. Netcode.
Oh,
Problems
wow.
for the championship leader, Dale Reynolds. A netcode issue. And it was involving with One Incarnation. That has got to be a tough break right now for the championship leader.
If I'm Dale, I come to pit road, and that's exactly what he's doing. He didn't have the draft.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's pitting now.
Yeah. That's a very smart move. You know, you have to assume maybe you'll get the draft coming off pit road. Maybe you'll line up with someone. Because right where he was at, there was no one in sight.
As we now shift our focus back to the main pack, here comes a couple drivers on pit road. Brian Pasternak, Ed Souded, Cody Hinkin, and the 10 of Caleb Hoffman. And here comes the 9 and the 22 of Brendan Littell. Are they going to decide to pit yet? They are not. They're not pitting just yet. And while those two, the 9 and the 22, are on the front stretch, the lead pack is already on the back stretch. That's how quickly you can lose time, especially here at Talladega.
Maybe keep an eye on the Chevys. They might be coming down to pit road, plus the Toyota of Eric Estep. Let's see what they do.
Let's see what they do. That's
and
exactly
that's
what's
exactly
happening.
What they're doing.
That is exactly what they are doing. Oh, Jaden Lundberg. Oh, he might be sliding through pit stall. Oh, he hits the wall.
He goes around.
Oh.
Screwed up the pit entry. That's going to kill his race.
Pit entry. Oh, man, that is the tough break for the 42 team. And still no signs of Joseph Lombard and Brendan Littell pitting, so they're going to be staying out. It looks to be.
All of the Fords got on and off pit road very well, and I think they're all going to stick together throughout this next run.
It looks like they may cycle out to be your new leaders. So this could potentially be your top 4 once all the pit cycles have gone through. Unless...
With the way that second group got on pit road, I don't know if they'll hold the lead.
As they make their way now down the front stretch. Here comes some of the drivers off of pit lane. Darian Gilliam, Rusty Walrus, Eric Estep, they're getting up to full speed, and here comes the Fords.
They had to go around the 42. That cost them a little bit of time. They might. Oh wow, the Chevys and Toyotas actually got a better pit stop than I originally thought.
And here's the 9 of Joseph Lombard into SC4. He's finally coming down the pit lane. Brendan Littell, he is still on the racetrack. I believe he might... I
bet you he's hoping for a caution at this point.
I think that might be what he might be pulling here. He is...
And I believe that makes him your leader.
He is your leader right now, actually. He is your leader.
So at this point, I think if you're the 22, you're just absolutely holding on and just trying to get that caution to come out and maybe get good field position.
And here comes the 22. He is finally going to be making his pit stop. We're going to check his live stream real quick to see what... We're going to check his live stream real quick to see what strategy he does pull. Looks like the car, for the most part, he's been mostly stuck on the top side, but for the most part, it looked to have been okay. As right now, he's taking no tires and only 1 can of fuel, so he might be possibly short pitting.
And now we finally got the group of cars. Yeah.
He might possibly be short pitting this race. This might be a very interesting call by Brendan Littell.
Oh, did someone lag out? I might have saw something there. Ed Sound? No, he's still there.
Nope, he's still
alarm,
in this race.
Exiting turn 2.
And what looks to be Rusty Walrus. He is the leader right now, it looks like. I think. No! Rusty lagged out! Rusty lagged out!
That's who it was. Rusty
Walrus has lagged out of this race! Oh my goodness, that has got to be heartbreak. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, I think we do have a battle for the lead too. Why the Fords on the outside are trying to make the pass.
The 20 and the 6.
Darian gets on the apron.
Darian got on the apron a little bit. He got the car a little bit loose. Side by side for the lead again. The 20 and the 6 going at it. as they make their way now down to turn 3. Everybody is once again all now in single file formation. As now Brian Pasternak has officially taken the lead. Remember, he's leading that lap. That's that all-important bonus point that he needs right now. And right now, we're gonna check where Dale Reynolds is right now. We're gonna be checking I'm gonna be making sure we are keeping an eye on this championship battle. Right now, Dale Reynolds is in the 8th spot in this pack, in this two-car tandem with Jared Lewis, JC1424. But now looks to be that Jared Lundberg, he's gonna have a couple cars on his bumper, so they're all gonna probably form another little pack together. But with Dale Reynolds right now in that 9th spot, and Brian Pasternak leading, Pasternak will be taking over the points lead, what looks to be by 6 to 8 points right now.
And that's good. That's going to give him the opportunity to maybe lead the most laps in this race, which is another bonus point.
So we are now going to check how many laps are left. We are going to make sure we are on track of this.
About 27, I believe.
We have 28 laps remaining. This race is going, even though it's 25%, this race is going rather slow, even under green flag conditions.
One more thing you'll want to know is that if Brian Pasternak wins this race, then he'll lock up the 2 extra bonus points for having the most wins in the season, and that would put him at 4 total. So maybe he has the opportunity to sweep almost, well, not quite, almost half the schedule.
That is just amazing what Brian Pasternak has been on. He has been on an absolute tear the second half of the season. You obviously have to go all the way back to the Christmas Dirt Bash at Eldora back in December. And that's when it all started.
You know what really impresses me so far, though? The 10 car and the 28 car holding on to this lead pack. They're within striking distance to make something happen and possibly win the race.
Cody Hicken he's been mostly quiet this season. He's been mostly quiet, but Caleb Hoffman, man, he has not had the best season he has not had the best season in that 10 car. But he is moving over to Queen of Memes Racing for Season 2, and he is right now holding up that 6th spot, so a great run for that kid today.
And back behind them, we do have the 18, 32, and 42 in a 3-car pack, so it's not like they don't have any draft at all. They will keep up. They'll probably be slower, but they will have some draft at very least.
So now the question is going to come, who is going to pit? Because right now we have 26 laps remaining. We're actually be coming to 25 to go this time by. Oh wait, caution's out!
Oh,
caution's out! Caution is out! Caution's out!
Your first caution
Dale
of
Reynolds,
the day.
And it involves
Dale
the
Reynolds.
championship leader, Dale Reynolds.
I don't know what happened for sure, but I have to assume maybe the 18 lagged into him for the second time.
We're going to look at the live stream right now. Oh yeah, it was another netcode. Another netcode. That's when the 42 said, and then the 42 got into the 32 from behind and just nowhere for Dale to go.
And as much as that sucked that Dale wrecked, he probably wanted that caution to come out because it gives him an opportunity to get back up to the lead pack.
Don't forget, this also helps out Jared Lundberg. What Incarnation
it helps out everybody.
Also now. That pretty much bunches up everybody. So now we could have a potentially different race here. This could be a potentially whole new race now as we come into the restart zone. Brian Pasternak in the lead. Ed Souded right now in the 2nd spot as they head off into turn number 1.
And he's going to slide down all the 10 cars in the wall. We look to be okay. I don't think that's going to bring out a yellow.
Still green, no caution. But Caleb Hoffman, after such a great run in this race, that has got to be a very, very tough break for that. That is once again another tough break.
Dale Reynolds finds a hole down at the bottom.
but nothing
The 18
there.
is looking outside.
The 43 is on the inside right now of Jared Lewis. That's for the 5th spot. He is hung out to dry. Jared Lewis finally gets into line. Couple cars speaking down low, trying to make up some spots.
And at this point, it might be a stretch, but they could possibly make it on fuel. I think they're just within the window if they pit this time.
This is going to be very interesting, folks. Who makes it to the end and who does not? Passing it back to Raw for the backstretch.
We are definitely seeing a better race than what we saw at Daytona earlier this year. Earlier in Daytona, there were more wrecks, but at the end of the race, the field got spread out, and now we have a wreck back in the back of the pack.
22! The 18 and the 95 of what incarnation!
And that's going to bring out the
And
yellow.
the caution flag is out again. The caution flag is out for the 2nd time, but that could, maybe some of those drivers that were involved in the wreck, that was what they exactly needed to now make it to the end without having to come in again.
Expect everybody to make their way down pit road, and that'll for sure be their last stop.
Possibly. I mean, possibly now. Once again, it was another issue with Jared Lewis. So obviously, this is another netcode. Netcode has basically been the whole story of this race.
That's exactly what I'm here to avoid. Up in the booth, I definitely don't want a driver.
Now I see exactly why. Couple of drivers are not pitting this. A couple of drivers are not pitting this time around.
Well, that's definitely a surprise because I'm pretty sure you could have made it on fuel if you pitted right there. They have to assume.
What if it's playing it safe, and so is Dale Reynolds and Brennan Littell? As the green flag flies here once again. We're going to have 20 laps to go. It looks to be less than 20 laps to go here at Talladega. Ed Sadet in the lead. Estep 2nd. Gilliam 3rd. Labonte 4th. Lundberg 5th.
Ed Soundhead is in the lead. That's exactly what he wants to see. The 6 and the 32 are way back there.
95 goes down the apron.
95, who has lost the draft earlier in the race, is now back up into the top 4. So, you know, he could sweep both restrictor plate racetracks.
Coronation gets swept up high, unfortunately, by the 42. But he does get back into line there. 3 wide involving Dale Reynolds and Jerry Lewis.
And Dale Reynolds just has not been getting a single break this whole entire race, being forced up to the outside, lagged into, and I mean, this just adds to it, I think.
And the championship, oh! 18 again! And others crash behind him! Others crash behind him, the 10 of Caleb Hoffman! I don't know who else was involved, I don't know what you caught there, but caution flag is now out for the 3rd time. And once again, it involves Jared Lewis. Oh my goodness.
Well, I can say that there could be a good amount of people maybe a little upset with him. Not him, but maybe just his internet.
Probably.
Because there are guys trying to get the championship, and I mean, I think Dale was caught up in it, so he can't be happy at this point.
Alright, so 65 people watching as we are now getting down to the home stretch of this race. And only 28 likes, so make sure you guys lick that like button and comment in the chat. Who do you think is going to be your winner once this race is all said and done? Using the hashtag of your favorite driver. Coming into the the restart zone. Eric Estep in the lead. Darian Gilliam 2nd. And it looks to be Ryan Labonte. Looks like Darian Gilliam, he did not get the start. As he now falls into line in 3rd. Dale Reynolds on the apron. What is happening to E-Step?
No idea what happened right there. But he keeps it straight, so I guess we're going to keep going.
I don't know what is happening to Eric E-Step right now, but something is amiss.
One more thing to note, I see the 42 car ghosted down pit road, so I think he has DNF'd out of this thing.
Jared Lundberg, yes he has. He has DNF'd out of this race as Ryan Labonte, one incarnation, has taken over the lead. He actually ended up making contact with the 20 of Eric Estep. That's what sent him down to the apron. Coordination is going to lead his first laps for the first time since Daytona. The first race of the season. Could this mean he wins his second race in a row? Dale in the wall again!
The 2-car just slid up into the 32. That's another break that Dale Reynolds could not get.
And still no
He's just
caution.
Been having a tough
still
race
no caution.
so far.
My goodness, still no caution.
By the way he's being raced, you'd think he's not the points leader.
We have 12 laps remaining now here at Talladega. Actually, we're coming to 11 to go now this time by.
What Incarnation is in the lead, and no one's even coming close to his back bumper. We
Here
have the
comes
43
the
car riding the apron.
43
Remember, going below that yellow
He's trying
is
to break
allowed
that
here.
draft. Yes, the double yellow line roll is not in effect for this race. So he can actually go down there.
I think at this point, Darian just feels like any small advantage he can get to try to catch that 95 is probably worth it.
He's got the 9 of Joseph Lombard on his back bumper. With the 2 of Ed Soudhead and the 18 of Jerry Lewis right behind both of them. Then don't look now. Here comes Brian Pasternak. WhatiFRacing. He is making his way back up towards the front of the field after pitting under the couple caution. Darian hits the ball. Big crash. Darian crashes on the pit road. So is the 9 of Joseph Lombard involved. And the caution flag is out again. Oh my goodness. Welp. I called it. This was going to be another wreck fest. I called it.
So the guys that hadn't pit the caution before are definitely going to have to come in now, I believe.
Probably. Who is going to pit? That's the main question right now. Nobody looks to be pitting right now, as what Incarnation could possibly... Everyone in the Coordination right now must be jumping up and down right now, as he might potentially pull this off. As we are going to have less than
Brian
10 laps
Pasternak
remaining.
on the outside.
We have one Incarnation, the underdog, but Brian Pasternak, the threat to win every week. He is on the outside row as the green flag is back in the air.
And Cody H. Gaming is in third. Don't count him out. He could get his first win.
3 wide in the middle of the pack.
They're getting very close to each other. Dale Reynolds running into it again.
Dale Reynolds has been the victim of now many multiple wrecks. More trouble.
And here they go.
The 6 of Brian Pasternak all the way down to the apron.
I think What Incarnation's going to run away with it.
What is this madness? But don't look now. Here comes that 2 car of Ed Soudhead. And the 28 of Cody H. Gaming. 22 of Brendan Littell and the 43 Darren Gilliam. They're all forming their own pack. Don't count out Brian Pasternak, though. Oh, my goodness. This is getting too much for me to handle right now.
What Incarnation is trying to avoid Ed Soundhead of being in the draft, but by doing that, he has to run the higher lane, and he's just going to catch him anyway, I think.
That's not helping his case by any stretch.
And Ed is about to get some help by Cody here.
As we now have 6 laps remaining, we're going to be coming to 5 to go this time by.
It's so unfortunate that the 32 car did not get the caution there. You have to feel for him after seeing what's happened to him so far in this race. Your points leader probably won't be the points leader after this one.
This is, yeah, obviously, this points battle is going to be very tight heading into the final race of the season next week in Atlanta, as we have 5 laps remaining here at Talladega Superspeedway. Is What Incarnation going to win this thing?
But keep an eye on Ed Soundhead, because if he wins this race, that will build...
Here he comes to the inside!
Yeah. That's going to build the gap on WhatiFRacing in the points battle.
Here he comes to the inside with Cody H right behind him.
Strong push by the 28.
Carnation is going to have to fall into line. He has to fall into line if he's going to have any shot at this. But that's not
going to
he's not doing that. He's not doing that as the 18 now goes by.
I think Carnation had to have protected the bottom lane there. Make him pass you on the outside. Don't give him the bottom.
Could that have been possibly a costly mistake as we now have 4 laps remaining here at Talladega? What this could mean, though, possibly what he might... I think Carnation may be pulling a safe move because those front 3, they may wreck, possibly.
Meanwhile, you got a second pack of about 2 cars. That's the 43 and the 6 of Brian Pasternak. The 22, Brendan Littell, is right behind him, but I think he's about to lose that draft. So the cars are basically in a 2-car tandem, if you will.
And here we go. The 2-car tandem is final. We're going to see that in action now as we have 3 laps remaining. Jerry Lewis on the outside of the 28, trying to see if he can make that top lane work. They have a run. But that looks like that's not going to be the case. But that could change as they head down the backstretch. Passing it back to Raw.
And you know Cody H Gaming's going to try to get this win, even though Soundhead is within striking distance of the championship. You know he's going to want his first win, and I would expect him to try to make a pass.
Side by side! Outside.
What you guys think in the chat? Will it be a photo finish?
Let's see what happens. Carnation drops to the bottom. They're going to leave Jerry Lewis out of line.
He leaves him out.
As we now have 2 laps remaining. Ed Sounded in the lead. Cody Hicken, he is looking for his first win in the Core League. He has had a quiet season, but he is right on the chopping block of the 2.
And Carnation, I think, is looking inside. He bumped him out of line.
Yes, he did!
So
here comes Carnation!
Cody can't be too happy about that.
Jerry Lewis
and he gets shuffled
inside.
Out. Jared Lewis is going to be aggressive, you can tell. 1 lap to go as they come to the tri-oval this time.
The white flag is out. Final lap here at Talladega Superspeedway. Who's it going to be? Sounded, Lewis, Ryan Labonte, Hicken, or somebody else? Sponsored by Pizza Roll Cup Series. What incarnation. Looks to the outside. That's not going to work. Sounded blocks down low. Passing it to the wrong for the final time. Wrong. Ryan Labonte hits the apron.
Here comes the 18 on the outside. He might have a chance.
Side by side.
It's going to be a photo finish, I think, if he can stay hold his ground.
Here he comes!
Here we go.
As they make their way
coming to the tri-oval.
Who's it going to be?
Here they go through the tri-oval. The 18 has the edge.
18 has the edge! And it's Sharon
18
Lewis!
gets it.
Sharon Lewis! After being involved in many of the lag fests earlier on in this race, he is the winner for the Jimmie48Fan battle at Talladega. Wow, what a finish.
We might have had our finish of the season right there.
He
Power
won,
move on the outside.
He won by 3
no help at all.
100ths of a second. 3 100ths of a second.
What a finish.
Wow.
And you know what? That probably earns the WhatiFRacing move of the race, honestly. Well, that power move on the outside, no help at all.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Jared Lewis on his first win in the Core League. Ed Soundhead finishes a close second. Cody H Gaming, fantastic run for that fella. 4th is One Incarnation. Brian Pasternak 5th. Darian Gilliam 6th. Brendan Littell in 7th. As we are now going to trying to look at the rest of this field. CH14 finishes in 8th. Doubly done. Eric Estep 9th. Dale Reynolds, the points leader. He is no longer your points leader after this one, as he ends up in 10th. As we're now going
And
to look
for
at the
your
rest of the
Dolphin
results.
for your Dolphin Insight Daily, fueling victories, Jared Lewis gets his first win of the season. And yeah, just the momentum that he's going to bring to Atlanta, where he won the preseason race at, I'm pretty sure. So look
N2SC4
out.
finished 11th, and the two cars that DNF'd out of the race, Jared Lumber 12th and Rusty Walrus in 13th. Wow, what a wacky race here at Charlotte.
And one
and
other
Charlotte,
important
why did I say
notable.
Charlotte at Talladega? Oh my God.
One other important notable, that is Toyota's first win ever in this league. So Jared Lewis grabs that for the manufacturer.
Wow. But obviously, now we're looking. That was a great race. I'm not going to lie. I got exactly what I wanted this whole race.
Yeah, what a race to have my first time in the booth. Just what a finish to call. I mean, that was just amazing.
Honestly, what a race for me to be sponsored by.
Oh yeah. They'll be talking about this one
probably for a long time, yeah. But anyway, guys, wow, what a fantastic race that was. Honestly, that was wow. I'm just speechless. But Jared Lewis, he made the move when it mattered the most. He redeemed himself after causing a couple of those cautions earlier on. That was something. That's a great redemption story, no doubt about it. But obviously now, WhatiFRacing, he is going to leave Talladega with the points lead, because he did lead laps. I believe he led the most laps. I believe he led the most laps. Probably, unless Eric Giesep did. But regardless, WhatiFRacing, he has the points lead. So obviously there's going to be a whole lot of clinching scenarios and all that tomorrow. But what it looks to be that Ed Soundhead, he is still in the championship hunt because he finished in second. Remember that.
That's right. He's still got a shot.
He is still finishing second, but Ed Soundhead, he is going to need a lot of help come next Friday.
And if Soundhead wins next week at Atlanta, then he'll actually prevent WhatiFRacing from getting those 2 extra bonus points.
Also, don't forget. Well, basically, Ed Soundhead has to have a maximum point stay next week at Atlanta. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But anyway, guys, that is going to officially wrap it up for the Jimmie48Fan battle at Talladega. Once again, huge thanks to RawGator for joining me tonight. It's been an absolute honor collabing for the first time, and I'm just so blessed that we are now starting to become really great friends, and I can't honestly thank you ever enough for all your support that you've given me. It truly means a lot, and thank you for joining me tonight.
Absolutely, no problem. It was an honor being here. I can't believe from just wanting to keep everyone safe on the racetrack, not lagging into them, and to be able to do this is really awesome. So I had a great time.
Thanks, man. This means an absolute lot to me. But anyway, guys, hope you guys all enjoyed that race as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you guys. So anyway, that is going to wrap it up for this broadcast of the Jimmie48Fan Battle at Talladega. Stay tuned on my channel, Jimmie40. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to RawGator. And also, make sure you subscribe to Jimmie48Fan, as I will be uploading my next episode of One More Quarter it looks to be probably on Monday. It looks to probably be on Monday because usually by editing stuff, you may think that it actually takes quite a bit of time for me to make every episode. So, yeah. But anyway, also, race reactions return. Race reactions are back. Stay tuned for the Daytona 500 reaction on my channel. Also, I may be uploading a little video that me and Raw did a little bit earlier on before tonight's broadcast. So possibly stay tuned for that, and I hope you really do like it, Raw. Yeah, that was a lot of fun earlier. But anyway, guys, Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't even know if you have a nation or not, but join the Jimmie48 revolution today. Join the Gator Nation or something. I don't even know.
I'll roll with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. Make sure you also subscribe to the core as we get ready for the championship race weekend in Atlanta next week. But yeah, that is really all I have to say. Except we'll see you next week at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Take care, everyone, and have a good night.